All right, and we are live. Flashpoint is back. Ibandis, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. We are on the eve of Warmind, so not the eve quite, but we're our eve of broadcasting, I will say, because our next one, we're gonna have to pull ourselves away to try and get this thing going.
You know it, man. You know, I'm excited, man. I can't believe to say this. I'm really excited.
I've got some things to be positive about, and I think a lot of what we're seeing here, if this isn't the one that quite does it for you, is still going to be one that sets up the fall to be where we want it to be, to have that chance at a taking king moment.
Completely agree. You couldn't have said it any better. I think this is the setup to
and
hopefully.
We're out. Okay, sweet. All right, see you
All
later.
right, that's it. Yep, it's over. Exactly. But yeah, man, I think you said it great. I think this is a perfect setup, to what we anticipate might be even greater in September. So I am excited. I got a lot to talk about and some Crucible action I've been getting into. I'm going to talk about that too.
All right. Well, you want to jump into the Crucible since that's what we at least got going on right now? I know I was going to ask what you've been playing, but I know you've been playing Iron Banner like a madman. So, what up?
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole plan was to kind of do what you were doing, which was to kind of get God of War done. And then, because I'm obsessive compulsive, I found out about the Iron Banner ornaments going away. And I really enjoyed Iron Banner since it's been back in the 6v6 form. Like it's the closest thing to D1. It's so much fun, and on top of it, just not even just the sixes. It's actually, you know what it is for me? It's the actual heavy dropping as well from killed enemies. So if you have a skilled hand, you're killing people, they drop their heavy, you're getting more heavy. So it's just fun. And then like I said, I've been running a warlock. I've got everything but the damn chest piece, which requires only melee and grenade kills. And for
that's a brutal grind, man.
Oh, it's brutal. And then what sucks is I'm very jealous of you hunters. You guys can, rock, what is it, Strider? And that's counting as a melee when you're in your super. Now, Stormcaller, Stormcaller used to count. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they changed that. Because I remember there was an exotic, the Karnstein.
I don't know about you, but lightning tickling is not a melee.
Hey, man, I'm using my hands.
No, you're not. There's a bolt of electricity between you and them.
But anyhow, yeah, man. So I mean, it's definitely one of them things where it was just like, okay, this is gonna be a grind. I got to change my complete build to just get more, melee and grenade kills. And it's just been trying to find that right balance. Right now, I'm running Ophidians, I'm running Void, and I'm doing Axion. I'm doing like a charged up Axion. So whenever I see a group, I'm just tossing it, that kind of bit. Nice. But in my travels, that's the only good thing about all this grinding I got to do, is that. But remember, I think maybe 2 or 3 flashpoints before I told you about the Time-Worn Spire, right? And I was like, that's the post, man.
I actually got that to drop for me. So
I was like, that's the post. I'm doing fairly well against Vigilance. I mean, Vigilance is still dominating out there. However, I got Saladin. Lord Saladin blessed me with this thing, drop Masterwork. It's called the what's it? Oh, it's with a no. It's with a no. It's give me one sec. I gotta get the name of this thing, man. This thing's beast. I'm opening up my item manager right now. I'm giving all the lords, everybody's listening to Flashpoint, a little trick, little help right now. Here it is. Orimon's Anvil. Oh boy. Oh, but let me tell you right now, this thing is an auto rifle that's acting like a scout and hits like a truck. The range is ignorant. It's like 86 range. And I got a Masterwork with a range boost.
Nice. That's a solid job.
I'm telling you right now, it feels like I feel bad what I'm doing to people. My KD right now, like 2 point something, 3 point something. It's disgusting. And remember, I have to literally play not to win because I'm killing people too fast from distance, and I need to get the melee for the ornament. So that's what
was you. First world problems right there. Jeez.
I know. I had to tone my skill down.
I think I have that on PlayStation. I'm literally looking at Destiny item managers right now because I know I have it on one of these, and I'm looking at Where is it? Because I swear I've got that gun. Because I know.
Shout out to Warmind's Anvil. According to Saladin, he was the one that built the first forge. I'm gonna tell you right now, that gun is disgustingly good.
Well, it's sitting at the vendor right now,
Yes.
so see if you can pick it up.
Yep, I'll tell you right, and it's the same archetype as Origin Story, but way more range. That's that 450 RPM. Dude, I'm having a blast. I'm having so much fun with it, and I can't stop playing Crucible. So that's what I've been pretty much doing. Anyway, what you been up to?
I have been playing a lot of God of War, trying to grind through it as much as I can before all the craziness happens next week.
Nice.
And it still continues to just improve as I go. The more you level up your character, the more your combat can change, the more you can adapt. The set piece that I got to last night when I was playing, and that's why I was up for way too late.
Yeah, you was up late.
I was like, I texted him at like 1:30. He was like, I gotta go to bed. And I was like, I know you're up, but I shouldn't be awake. But I could not stop.
Because I work nights, and I'm like, you're up? Oh, he's blazing God of War right now.
Yeah. So, but it was, and I've still been playing like probably a lot more exploration than I should to explore, but I don't want to miss anything. I'm going to literally find every chest if you're looking for certain pieces. I got my full health bar last night. Like,
Nice.
But the set piece I hit last night, you hear as you're going along, lore gets dropped in a couple different ways. So you're getting information story about all of the Norse mythology and stuff like that. And then there's a piece that drops and they talk about the scale of something. And while I'd seen something big, this one was just just the scale of what I saw. I was just like, oh my goodness. Trying to keep it clean. My words were probably a little different than that. But it really was awesome to see. And yeah, just kind of what you were doing with it, the scale of just the whole encounter and section, still awesome. And the combat keeps getting better because I even texted you about this as well. As I was playing, there are encounters in that game that will treat you like a Dark Souls boss fight, because if you find an enemy that is over your level, it is a beating and they will one-shot you. Now, if you're good, you could take them, because I've literally got about half health down and then I like blip for a second, you die. Yeah. But it's like, if you wanted to really practice and like hone your skills, take those type of fights, and you can work on getting better. It's like, all right, wait for it, okay, and dodge. It's like, wait, okay, dodge this way, okay, get a couple shots, swing, pull back. It's like, but now I've got the point where Atreus is doing stuff. He's helping stun. He's throwing arrows. Well, I've got different axe attacks. I'm dodging and swinging. There's so much going on for combat. If you ever worry if it starts a little tame, it gets so much fun. So, and I will say that is the type of thing. One of those things I'd like to see in Destiny is those enemies that will literally just, if you're going along, and we'll hopefully get there, just be like, just shut it down. Come back later. Yeah,
well, they did say they're implementing the over level, so the 50 level. Yeah, and those guys will be like the old D1 days with the question mark over their heads. So we'll see. We'll see. Man.
Yeah, you see a question mark or as a skull for a level number, and you're like, oh crap, I'm out. So no, been enjoying that one, but I'm also excited about this. So we are not far, guys. It's May 4th. May the 4th be with all of you. For those Star Wars fans out there, get your solo. You can go get your solo tickets today, apparently. But May 8th, we've got the world dropping. It's going to be, it seems like about, they said 11 a.m. Pacific time is when it's actually supposed to go live.
Can I say for the record, I don't like the new reset time. Can I put that out there in the universe that I miss the old reset time?
3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah, man. Like, cause at least when I came, well, unselfishly, I work nights, but it's like on the East Coast, at least in the morning, if you were there, or even if it was a big DLC, you took off work. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right. I got the whole day. Like this midday thing is. I understand they're doing it for a global reach thing. I get it, but I really miss the old time.
Yeah, I do and I don't. I do for a point of like, if something went live, I know I'd have time to play it no matter what I did for work. Now it's typically in the middle of work, but if I make videos, I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning off my normal schedule twice a week.
Yeah, sure.
So I was setting an alarm at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm still a normal, somewhat daylight person. So yeah, it has its ups and downs. Like content creators probably enjoy it for some extent. But it's like, I can understand, like, you don't get my 21-hour gaming session in one day because release was at 3 a.m. Like if I want to go crazy, it's there. But yeah, they've got it. They've got it timed. So servers are going to be down pretty early. I think it was like 6 or 7 a.m. They're going to kick everybody off. Download will be going, and then patch notes will be coming about an hour before it goes up, and then about 1 p.m. for me, 2 p.m. for you.
Yep.
So 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific is when it is supposed to go live. And I'm going to work the morning shift, so I'm already going to be tired, but I will be playing all night. So I'll be off at about 2. So I'll be jumping on pretty quick.
Yeah, I'll do the opposite. As soon as I'm like literally, I'm gonna fly home from my night shift, go to bed immediately, try to get at least 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and then wake up the minute that sucker goes live. And I gotta touch it, man. The fever has returned.
Well, sir, why has the fever returned? What has planted that bug?
It's just a combination of things, man. I mean, like I said, we talked about this many flashpoints before, and it's just I know people, the hardcore, the casuals, they like, the story, the new expansion, the raid, or whatever, and that's great. And I'm excited for that stuff. But it's the systems, man. I'm a systems guy. I'm the guy. Remember, we always talk from day one. If you give me sandbox updates and things like that consistently, it's like a new game to me every time. And I'm such meticulous with the minutia that I want to test everything out, Yeah. And when I hear these kind of things, and we'll get into it, more with the exotic masterful changes and all other things they're doing, and and to be honest, like I've really renewed with Crucible because 6s have been back with Banner, and I'm excited for that. Now we know 4s, you still to do the glory, which we will touch.
Yep.
It's just getting myself in that mental competitive space for Crucible, so that when it hits, because I ain't gonna lie to you, your boy trying to get that glory.
There's a big reason for that, along with you and everybody else. There's a gun that's it's a carrot on a stick out there, but they've been missing that, and they've actually got one that a lot of people want to get. So
that's the old destiny I miss. I miss walking into the I'll never forget it. And your boy got that doctrine of passing.
Oh man, that was a brutal change for Crucible when that thing dropped for the first time.
My friends were like, "What gun is that?" And I was like, "Yeah, you see me melting people. You look at my KD. Look what I'm doing." They were like, "I gotta get it." It just drove them. It drove people to play trials so that they could give a shot at that gun, And I think that's what Redrix, which we'll get into, represents.
Yep. Yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff coming. Bungie has been active on the just info dumps kind of everywhere, but actually I'm pleasantly surprised it's not too much.
Yeah.
So far it's been a right balance. They haven't shown too much. They have some teases in a couple places, which is nice. I'm hoping one major tease that I caught yesterday is not too much. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of scale, you know what I'm talking about.
Scale,
yeah. But I think they've done fairly well trying to get people hyped up, give them reasons to come back. Now, for those of you guys that played D1, like D2 vanilla, stopped, that just wasn't your thing. Is this the thing that is your game changer for you? What do you think? Me? Somewhat, yes, but it may not be the true game changer some people want. Do I think it's definitely better than Curse of Osiris before even touching it? I do.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have to bet it's definitely better.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
They've learned, they've heard the feedback. They're like, the Mercury Circle, I don't need my cul-de-sac on Mercury.
The Mercury Circle.
I've even seen some interviews where they're like, yeah, Mercury was too small. Like if the Sparrow's not there, it's too small. You
already know. Yeah, they try to create artificial space.
But I don't know if it was just because, Mercury is a small planet in general, but I know Mercury's bigger than the Circle.
Yes.
So they only had one landing zone. They didn't take the Infinite Forest was supposed to be a big thing with adventures, but they just didn't utilize it enough. If they had done more with that, let me pop in and run through the little tunnel and see which part of the Infinite Forest I pop into. And then if you go do some random thing at the end, you can hit a button and come back out. If you could do that, that would open that space up more, but they just did not utilize it.
That DLC breaks my heart, man, because that's my favorite character. And it's the thing about it that sucks too, is like you said, the potential of the Infinite Forest, the things that they could have done with it. And on top of it, is being that it's my favorite, I love Mercury, I love the Lighthouse, I love Osiris Lore. And to know that's it, we ain't going back there, for them, that's it. And it just sucks that I almost wish Curse of Osiris could get a do-over or a remake, or
I mean, yeah.
just add some more functionality to it so you can still come back to it to do other things. It's just a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah. Oh no. So, well, we have our fingers crossed. We know Anna Bray of the Clovis Bray facility is going to be your main point of contact. We saw that last week with the kind of reveal and such. But they've got new things. So we'll kind of go through these in pieces. We're going to go through the This Week at Bungie first. Sorry for the 15-minute introduction. This seems like an hour podcast. That's my fault. But yeah, we've got This Week at Bungie. We'll go into the Season 3, which is a different page, the Warmind page. We'll cover those kind of separately, but we'll just talk about everything as we go. So as you guys can see here, we're looking at first just the top of This Week at Bungie, and they're not that far. Counting them down, basically down to days. And they said Cheers to Vicarious Visions. They seem to be kind of almost code developing this at this point, to a point where Bungie's really, really got them deep involved with the development. Seems like they've got ideas on bosses and things. When you hear, speaking of the scale, they're just saying, hey, we want a giant boss fight. And Vicarious Visions kind of pushed for that. And they actually got a little bit of, you know, help in the development of this expansion, which is cool. I mean, I played on PC. Props to those guys, because they took the feel of a game that is great on console. Like, Bungie does it better than anybody. And it feels the same on PC. To me, it's hard for me to go back to console just because it's smooth. But no, it's like, but they have that. They got
the feel.
The feel, and they got it. That's one of the
look at the
hardest
clips.
things to do.
It looks fantastic. And I was like, it looks amazing.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Hats off to those guys. So if they're involved in this, at least we know the PC will continue to be hopefully a good place if they can win some of those players back. It's going to take some work because PC players have even more to play than console. But if they can win it back, they got a good group. So they're just happy about it. They're happy to be part of it. So on approach, we had a lot of things drop. So we had the narrative preview, which came from a few pieces. So let me see if I can find the right tab here. So we've got the narrative preview, and they actually gave us the Warmind comic. So if you guys have read the comic, do what?
I said, oh, joy.
So now, thoughts of a comic aside, because we have been through this before. Now, so it's like we had Osiris, we had a comic, and we got a backstory, and we're like, okay. And then we got our expansion, and we were let down. So what are your thoughts about this one?
Well, thanks to our offline reading with Ivantis, Ivantis was able to educate me because I did not read this comic for certain reasons. But all right, in total fairness, this story is way better than the Curse of Osiris comic book. The tone is better. It's a nice setup. I mean, I can't take anything away from it. However, I'm gonna get into my little mini rant. I'll try to make it short. Is that I struggle with this kind of stuff because, you know, from the lore community, I like that they're trying to pay attention to the lore and trying to give it service and be a little bit more serious with it. But at the same time, it's like, dude, put it in the game. like only the hardcore of the hardcore are going to, like us, will, you know, read the TWAB and, you know, we'll get into it, we'll dissect it, we'll appreciate this kind of thing. But the casual is not doing this, right? The casual doesn't even know probably this comic exists. And it's a shame. So it's like, maybe they should take the approach of, how about put the comic in the game? How about that? How about there's a section, you know, in your items, or have a section, like show the seriousness with the lore in the game. And we've been down this road with Grimoire. You know, I don't want to go out of the game. And again, everything else they've been doing is great. I don't really want to go too hard on them because I do appreciate the effort and they set it up. You know, it's just, I literally roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, another comic. And okay, great. All right. But, you know, this could be in the game. How cool would it be? You boot up right before the DLC, you know, and then you boot up Destiny 2, and this is in there in some form. You know?
I mean, that would be honestly really cool. I mean, it's images, so I don't see why they couldn't do it personally. So I mean, I'd like to see it. It'd be a nice way to just, even if it's under, I always think they feel sometimes like they're going to break their little universe.
Yes.
and not little. I mean, they've built a pretty sizable one, but they feel like by putting a comic in the game, like just because you're flipping through screenshots of the comic, I mean, they're detailed images. You could look at it, you could zoom, but you'd be in the game spending time in there. I mean,
time in the universe, man. And it's a shame because this thing, like I said, I didn't read it until, we had story time with the bunches before the show. So I had to educate myself. And I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. It gives you an idea of what she was doing during the whole Red Legion, the Red War, and all that. She seems like a very cool. I really don't know enough about her. Shout out to the Lore Masters, Mylan and Bife. I really don't know a lot about her, to be honest. When I saw the trailer looked dope. I like the whole, she's had the robotic eyes. I like the family history as far as what they've done, as far as Siva and the things that they've created. And it's just, like I said, it would be just cool to, pay that off in the game. I just want more Bungie to do a little bit more of that. And we'll get into that later when it comes to Raid Layer. I have some comments on that as well.
Yep. So it's a pretty decent little comic, guys. You should check it out. It's just kind of a little blip. They kind of leave you at a bit of a cliffhanger. So maybe we'll get more when the story starts next week, or they're going to do a second piece. I don't know if they're going to space it out and give you a little bit more as we go, but I just kind of like the idea. You get a little bit behind her. There's still some question. There's some questions as you read through and you don't get all the answers. So if you want, completely wrapping this thing up, you're going to be left with some questions by the time you're done. But
Absolutely.
It's a cool little comic, so short and sweet, but awesome art. Nice job as always.
Absolutely.
Now there's other pieces. I'm not going to go through and read them all. I'm going to slowly pan through these on screen.
Yep.
Basically, they had lore tabs, little sections, little blips about a couple characters. So if you guys want to go on Bungie.net and read these, it's going to be kind of on all this, narrative stuff they had going on. And you guys can see they had Tyra Karn. So you've got, she was the one at the top of our snowy mountain before. And she's got just some little comments here, discussion back and forth with a ghost. And you've got Apocrypha. Apocrypha.
Yeah.
But that looks like the picture we keep seeing of like the hive boss we're fighting. It talks a bit about the worms. There's different worms. There's Zal, which we've heard about. So there are all those things. So it goes into some hive lore. You've got to talk about the Crypt Arc, which we all love to hate. You've got Zavala. So of course, always our man in charge up there, the beast, with the best shoulder armor in the game.
Yes, sir.
And then finally, you've got Rasputin, little blip here just from himself, more of his discussion. Now, this isn't for everybody. Just the fact that it's there, though, is pretty cool. I like the fact that they give you stuff to read if you want to dig in, see if there's any, is there a code in here? Is there some secret message? Who knows? What is 218 CBI 800 JR S10? I mean, that's just, Warmind talk. It's an AI. It's just numbers and stuff. But it's still cool that they'll take time and do all this sometimes. So I'm a fan and enjoy that stuff. So check out the lore if you guys want to get a little reading time in. If you're sitting around, dropping the kids off at the pool, just go ahead and, pull it up.
If you're not playing the game and want to read, I'm messing.
Yep. No, yeah. However you choose to take that one. But so the narrative preview is cool. Check them out. It is a good time with the comic and stuff. So next, we've got, as the week has gone on, we've got developer insights, and those have been little about 3-minute videos with regards to just kind of thoughts behind what developers are doing, be it with Exotics and Crucible. We got that one first. So we had Josh Hamrick and Kevin Yanis, who were on the reveal stream. So they were talking about their thoughts on Exotics, what they're working on for Sandbox. And we've seen most of this one before, so this wasn't exactly, new revelations or anything, but it does look pretty cool. We got a few more blips when it comes to a couple guns as well. So down below, we'll get to those here in a little bit. But both of those developer insights, if you want to get in a bit of an idea, they don't go in full detail like they probably did when they were at the community summit. They got basically no holds barred questions at the summit. So they got a lot more information, a little depth, a little more candid honesty, it sounded like. So, hey, what were your thoughts here? This, okay, well, that wasn't great, but thanks for at least telling us. I mean, that was the level of detail they got. Now we're getting kind of an abbreviated version of that, but it's still nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to play the videos, but you guys can see Risk Runner is in there, so we've got a little bit more to talk about on that one. I can't tell if it's going to be a major change on that one, but it doesn't seem.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I mean, I did watch it, and I remember them saying that the arc damage, the arc resistance is increased, and what I like is that it also takes effect even when the weapon is stowed, and I like that new thing they're doing with that because I believe they're doing that with Rat King, where you still have the effect when it's stowed, and that's cool. I love that. That's a great subtle change. So
yeah, I mean, as long as you have the as your chosen weapon, it's still having some of the benefits, if not all. So
absolutely.
We did have the Warmind developer insight come out, so this is more. You want to cover this one?
Yeah, I mean this was really cool. I mean, I'm trying to remember this one. I always get them mixed up. I've been watching so much Bungie stuff. I believe this one were they talking about the different modes? I believe. Trying to remember this one.
I mean, they had escalation protocol. They talked some about. I want to say just kind of the story behind it as well. They know the campaign's going to be there, but it's more what they want the purpose of the whole expansion to be. They know the campaign's going to be there, and they kind of glossed over, which makes me wonder. We'll have to see.
Right.
They didn't talk much. Maybe they just don't want to give much away, crossing fingers, but they got more into modes and things like that. So I think it was definitely a major focus on this escalation protocol.
Yeah, so you got the escalation protocol coming, and all the other stuff, the little goodies afterwards. So I mean, like I said, I mean we got our story, we have our big bad, so to speak. We've also got some mystery with worms, which they showed cinematically, and that looked cool. And it was good to see Soros in there doing what it do, as well as it also had the healing perk back. I actually checked on that just to make sure. Because Soros has, besides the bottom half of the magazine, it also has that little chance for healing. So I saw that kick in there too.
That'll be nice in some PvP action as we get to some other modifiers and changes we got. That'll be good. But they go a little more into just the scale of the area that we've got. So for the Hellas Basin, they started talking about kind of the contrast between the areas that you're going to be running around in. So you've got the caverns and the tunnels that the Hive had basically made when all this ice basically shut the world down. So you've got the caverns and the tunnels that are very dark and snowy, cold, all that. And then you've got the upper level where it's still going to be, I mean, they're the ice caps of Mars, but it's sandy, a little brighter. It's outside. They're more open. So you've got dark, snowy tunnels, ice tunnels, whatever with Hive, and then you've got still the machine area of the Clovis Spray facility. Right. So it sounds like we've definitely got a lot more, at least at a minimum, to look around. So they said it was about the scale of Titan, and Titan has a decent amount of interior stuff that you don't really see when you're just kind of running around the two little outside platforms. But there's a decent amount inside and underneath, and the Lost Sector, I mean, that's a whole sections you'll find underneath down below. So there's a decent amount to it. So if it's that size, I think that at least qualifies for an expansion. It's like it's a full zone, it feels like.
And I do remember now when I was watching it, they were saying about just from the collectible standpoint, there's things to collect, there's secrets now, and that's always cool because up until this point, in D2, we really haven't had that. And just seeing them talk about that, giving us more things to do, more things to search for, mysteries, using the ghost and searching different things. I saw that aspect going on. And what I'm hoping for is, because like we said, there was a screenshot, like someone took a still shot of the map, and we talked about this earlier, where it was like, 0 or 50, whatever, collected on the map. And that's like old D1 stuff where you're looking for those chests, you're looking for the collectibles. And what I'm hoping is, which I'm thinking they're really hinting at, is this tying to a bigger secret arc. Hopefully Sleeper Simulant, baby. That's what I need.
that is your big hope. I'm not against Sleeper Simulant because I do enjoy the gun. But I'm always for the new. Like, I know Sleeper, you got a special place for it. But now, if they had Sleeper and something else, then I'm done. Then yes, please. But I was like, I don't bring it back D1 stuff. Like, I don't want the big giant quest at the end of the summer or something to be like, hey, go get your Galahorn. I don't want them to keep repeating stuff.
I feel
Suros coming back, which I'm okay with because it's a fun gun. But again, what if it wasn't Suros being updated? What if it was something else? Now, maybe it's easier to do some of those.
Absolutely.
What if it was just even slightly? What if it wasn't just an auto rifle? Say it was a Suros hand cannon with that type of thing, like
like a nice taste, like how they did with Crimson.
Like at least
I feel you. My only thing is in this case, you're completely right. In this case, because everything they've shown as a drop for escalation mode has literally been the body style mock of Sleeper Simulant.
I know.
It's like, come on, like that's like giving out a DLC where every gun and weapon type looks like a mini Galahorn.
But there's no Galahorn.
Exactly. Like, you got to have galley. You've got to have sleeper. There's a sleeper shotgun. There's a sleeper looking, hand cannon. Everything looks like the sleeper simulant based on that whole Warmind motif. And I get you. Like normally, I'm like, yo, I'm all about the new. But it's just like they've been teasing with the design so much. It's like, boy, if they don't give me my damn sleeper, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah. So when we were talking about scale, what you will see on screen is what we were talking about.
Right.
Now, the video's out there, so sorry if there's spoilers. But what you see in a scope is the background image of what we're assuming is gigantic worm.
Yes, sir.
So this could be one of the potential worm gods. Saul, I guess, is the big name that we keep seeing thrown around.
Yep.
It looks like it'd swallow us and basically half the city whole. So kind of wondering how we ever going to even scratch the surface of this guy. So I guess we'll see if this is Strike Boss. It's not, unfortunately, going to be the raid boss, but it damn sure looks like it should be. We'll get to that a little later.
Absolutely.
But if this is like your story and I don't know. We're going to find out, but it definitely looks big. So this is what I was talking about for Vicarious Visions. They're like, they wanted a big boss fight. They're like, well, how big can we go? I think they went pretty huge.
Oh yeah, they went big.
Yeah, they went all sorts of massive on that one. So, but it looks cool. You've got the facilities we're clicking through, and then you still got the Valkyrie. You've got the Hive. They've got some slight differences I've heard. I noticed people were like slowly picking through the videos. Like if people got hit by some shots, they were slowed. So they're gonna have some frosting or cold type effects on you as debuffs that are going to kind of come from this area. So at least it's cool that they're adding some different mechanics to it. So even if it's not a full different enemy type by any means, it's Hive with a little bit of a ice twist.
Absolutely.
So we're getting there, but
Icy Hive.
Icy Hive.
No new enemy type.
Icy Hive. Icy Hot. Yeah, don't confuse with Icy Hot. It bites.
Yeah, not Icy Hot.
Yeah, but yeah, these are cool little videos, guys. So check them out. Just get a little preview. They also talk about the Valkyrie, which is your new relic. So this will be part of the escalation protocol, and maybe you'll get it in a mission or something like that. Who knows? But it is actually a weapon literally designed by the Warmind. They actually say that.
Yeah, they said that.
So it's pretty legit too. They say it's definitely cool for that slam. You can think of it as the Hunter would do the Arc Strider slam, just as you're going to throw down. But as a ranged weapon, it looks like a javelin filled with dynamite. It looks really cool, and it's got some solid range when you chunk that thing.
It does. And the blast radius on the attack.
It's huge.
It's ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
Titan Smash on steroids.
It's meant to be kind of a beast, so the relic probably won't show up that often.
And shout out to, not to cut you, shout out to Unknown Player. He actually was there when they were at the summit.
Yep.
And they talked about it. It was so cool. They spoke to the devs like, damn, it's only 20 seconds. It's kind of, you don't really get a chance to really get off. So they said that they told those guys at the time they were thinking about extending it, but they wasn't sure. But we've got confirmation. I'm going to put out this recent video, which is that it's going to go up to it. They add like another 10 seconds more last minute in the dev update. So, I mean, with this latest update. So that's good at least that, even though it was last minute and a requested feature, people wanted a little bit more time with it. And they had so much fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's those few moments that we actually get with cool relics like this, be it the sword, the shield, and Vault of Glass. Those few times we get it, let us enjoy them. We're probably not going to break your game. We might just, kill the guys in that little story section and then it'll go away. But, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, let us feel like it got a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Have some fun.
That's it.
So, again, not trying to play videos, but we do want to talk about them. We have a bit of a patch note preview. Now, this isn't everything. We've got some fun pieces to talk about in here. Shout out to Fire Team Chat and Sir Destin Legary.
Oh, yeah, baby. Shout out to Destin.
Number one. We're jumping right in. Vault Space. It's going up to 300.
Watch out now.
I have to wonder certain questions. And this is one of those where I want to sit down with the dude who handles this and say, explain to me why 200 can't be 1,000 or 500. Why is it only up to 300? Now they say this is a short-term solution. They're working on it and it's better. But as we keep getting collections, if shaders aren't fixed, if mods are still going to be there until the fall, it's like they're trying to give us a little bit of something, and hopefully again these are those steps to the fall. But it's Why can't it be 400 if it's 300? Is there what limitations continue to be an issue on that? I don't know. Not a programmer. Of course, we all just wish it was more. We always wish it was more. So I don't know why it was an issue from the start.
Yep, I know. I mean, listen, man. Yeah, it's one of those curious things that you would think, with D2 that it was solved from D1. And again, we're not designers. We're not, we just want to get that dialogue as to why this seems to still be an issue as far as the slow grind with getting more space. But shout out to Dustin. At least he's getting something, man.
Yeah. His 12 or 1300 days will finally have to get reset before he gets a little more vault space. It's not fixed. It's like, have to start that counter over at maybe halfway. You're still working, but it's better than it was. 100 slots is a decent amount. I mean, but as we start to get these collections,
as we get the new stuff, we're
going to get new stuff. You've got your collection of all the Osiris weapons. So,
all the Warmind weapons, all the new exotics, all the new raid gear. Yeah. Gear and weapons, right?
I mean, is it going to be just new ornaments for the raid? I don't know. We'll get to that in a little bit. Save that exhale.
That's a good point.
Waiting to exhale.
No doubt.
All right, so we also have the multi-emote wheel.
Woo! Biggest update. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about, baby. 4 dances. Let's go. I can get my jiggy. I can get jiggy with it. This is what I'm talking about. People sleeping on this. This is a big deal. I know I'm joking. I know I'm being silly. This multi-emote is a big deal in Destiny. I don't care what no one says. We are going to be able to coordinate our dances on the fly. And what's cool is you don't have to have a sit now, right? You can swap out the sit with another emote.
Yep.
Dude, Crucible is going to be lit. Just running around patrols is going to be lit. Just all the things you're going to be able to do to communicate. I'm having fun with this, and it's about damn time. Multi-emotes in the building. I'm happy.
So yeah, if you're missing anything, I think actually Eververse had both the sweeper bot and the selfie. So if you got any bright discs you want to blow this week on an exotic emote, pick them up. Did actually it took me forever to get the selfie, but I did finally naturally get it. So
I still never got it. I never got it.
Really? I think I've got the sweeper on PlayStation. And then I've got the mic drop and the selfie on PC. I'm split.
Like I'm rocking like it's actually it's not even a legendary, it's like a blue. Yeah. It's one where he stands with his arms crossed, your guardian, and it's like your guardian disagrees. Like he's got an attitude, and I love it. It's just so arrogant. Like I'll like knock people off the control part, and then I'll just get in that pose. Like this is my B.
What's up?
Zone B.
Put up your Titan wall and be like, I'm standing here. This is my spot now.
Yep. I love it. Emote wheel, baby.
They're doing a little blip towards guided games, so they will feature a Leviathan guide emblem that tracks the number of raid encounters and raids a player has completed as a guide. Cool. So this emblem rewards a unique aura for 14 days, just kind of like the raid one does now. Once a week while the aura is active, guiding a raid to completion grants 1 bright engram. Now that's a small piece, but those are more. This is a baby step in the world of incentive. You
just took the words out of my mouth. Yep, it's better than nothing. Look, is it great? But they needed to do something. So, like you just said, baby step in the right direction. Reward these guys, man. So, because you want these guys to be guides, to get people in those raids. That's some of your best content. You got to do something. You got to do emblems. You got to do rewards. You got to do stuff for these guys.
So small step in the right direction, but I feel like they're doing a full revamp come fall as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
matchmaking. I mean, I was listening to between Destiny Community Podcast, Fire Team Chat, Guardian Radio, like a lot of the ones that I listened to. I mean, all of us had the same thoughts. It's like we need a reason to do guided games.
Yes.
So this is a tiny piece of that. Yeah. But it's also when it comes to matchmaking, don't be afraid of it. So like you take a normal Nightfall. Now me, if I want to solo it, keep me the option because there's enough of it that do want to solo it. But if you want to give me a checkbox to click on matchmaking and then just search it. Just give us an option. Prestige, you could probably even manage too. But at least the normal Nightfall to get your thing if you guys want to like throw the stuff out there anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No, I completely agree. And all I want them to do is because we know that wait times have to be pretty atrocious based on the community and what's going on with the player count. What I want them to do, and I'm hoping, and this may be a big ask, but what I would love is for them to let you queue up so you can do
Yes,
other activities. And then the
background
game
viewer.
says, yes, boom, 5 guys are ready. Do you want to fly in now? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Do you want to stop what you're doing and then zoom over there? And that's what they need, because if we all know the player count's low, and it's going to take time. Even when it's not, it's still going to take time to set those kind of things up. And they really have to encourage it more, and have a system like that in place, I think would be a huge deal for them.
Yeah, I mean that one, I've heard it and other games have it. And it's like it has definitely been done before, and it's one of those that would help, especially if you're like, I mean, PC is a struggle for either competitive playlists or things because it's a short list out there. So if you want to do competitive and grind for this glory, say I want to do that, but let me go hit a public event while I'm waiting for like a 6 queue or something, and have the option there. And you just got to be able to bail at a second's notice. But if you are good, then like, okay, give yourself an option. You have 30 seconds to finish this. If not, we out. And then, so
nothing more disheartening than sitting at a static screen for 45 minutes to an hour. Like,
if I could fly my ship around and play Space Invaders while I wait for fun, that would still be more entertaining. But oh well.
Thanks. I agree.
So they're going to have a new inventory category, trying to move things out, as we're going to have all these exotic quests that we get to go on for our masterworks. So they're going to be a pursuits category, and it's for each character, not shared across the account.
Nice.
Which is interesting. I guess hopefully, if you start an exotic, then it will continue on that character. I'm not
hopefully they'll take my Legend of Acheris Prestige item that's taking up my heavy inventory for the longest. I want that thing out of there. Hopefully it goes into that category.
It should, at least. I thought I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Random in-game audio settings. So weekly lockouts for the raid and raid lair are now class-based. This is interesting. You can't just run it 3 times on a warlock and max out your warlock. Now, used to it would matter more because you were trying to get your warlock armor, but if you're running for a titan, you're getting titan armor. You may be able to get the weapons, but not the armor. So it's interesting.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. All those, multiple character guys, you're gonna have to play with other characters. You ain't gonna be able to level boost your guy up, and they've done that. And remember, what was the other thing with the exotic farming? I like it to stop.
No, it's like take the cheating out of the way. Like, play the game.
Play the game. Stop cheating. Stop trying to be so fast.
In the first week.
Exactly. Let's go.
Yeah, that was one of the things. It's like, I mean, be it World of Warcraft, like, people didn't even finish the first raid boss when it opened up, much less the other 10 that were behind it. I mean, you had
missed that.
A 40-person raid. It took hard enough for you to get the group together. Then you would down a boss, and like 3 people would get gear, and you would do that over and over to build up part of your group. And if you finally got that one, you move forward, then you start getting 2 pieces. Like, it was work to get there, but when you finally got that far, it was awesome.
Shout out. Yeah, that was literally my Channel 5 track when we did Raptor Machine the first day. I mean, we would probably had no business being in there based on the light level initially, because we didn't get a chance to grind as much as most of us couldn't. But it just felt good as you beat certain sections and you got drops that really helped your light level and made you play it again and again and again.
Yeah, I do I still miss that. It's like, hey, I know if I'm looking for the helm, it's coming off the final boss. If I want the gauntlets and the auto rifle, they're coming off the abyss run. Like, certain sections dropping certain things. Like, if you want that run. I mean, they were trying to get away from checkpoints and rotate everything, but it's like, make it progression. Like, I know it's like, hey, if I work through this first section, it may not be the crazy boss fight, but at least I boosted my level some. Like, that goes.
Love it.
They said they fixed an issue where event emblems would not show up unless players on Curse of Osiris. Fix a black screen in the tower, which I have seen. I've also seen people not load. It's just, I think, a PC issue sometimes too. And Cade offering 1 treasure map for Mercury. He's been doing that for a while if Mercury shows up. So at least get back to 3. That'll be nice. My Cade Stash video this week was like, I didn't even end up doing it. I was like, I'll do it. And then I looked, there's 1. I was like, well, this seems stupid. But yeah, they said Bungie will release the patch notes shortly before. They're targeting about 10 a.m. for the release of the patch notes, 11 a.m. Pacific time for the actual expansion. So about an hour before. Definitely watch the world of Bungie and Twitter. If you follow Bungie on Twitter and Dylan and Cosmo and Deej on Twitter. Do it. That's how you'll know when that stuff drops. Next, we got the details on some design action. John Wisniewski is back.
My man.
So after another lengthy update, he's like going to keep it somewhat short, but we got Risk Runner first. If you want to take the details here, sir.
Yeah, so pretty much my boy, I love when Wisniewski gets in the building because I get to talk sandbox and meta, which I like. So pretty much he's talking about the Risk Runner, the arc conductor, as they increase the resistance to the incoming arc damage, 50%. It's pretty big. Enabled it in the Crucible. That's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see how that plays against you damn Titans strikers. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how that, and New York Striders, you know, we're going to see how that go.
Yeah.
And so basically will activate when the weapon is stowed, which is a huge deal. But damage resistance will only work when the weapon is in your hand. So that's fair. And this they said it's already a strong gun for PvE. We're hoping these changes will give it in place interesting Crucible loadout strategies and counters. So obviously they have some footage of that below. So again, a nice little touch. You know, I think that's going to be very, very underrated. There's going to be some cool builds I think people will come up with, you know, based on reducing that damage. So I can't wait.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I haven't used it that much. I mean, I kind of feel like it's, as you said, a fairly underutilized gun. So if they can get it into a place where it has a spot for a certain piece, I still don't know. It's like, as you say, for like a Titan Slam, it's like, is it going to beat a Titan Slam if it's next to you?
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. If it does, that'd be kind of crazy.
It'll be crazy.
But we'll have to see.
Well, let's be honest. They're getting crazy with stuff like, you know, tractor cannon. I mean, let's think about that. Tractor cannon.
That thing sounds crazy for Fun Police. Oh my god,
that is Fun Police like certified. That is
put that on a Tether Hunter. It's over.
It's over. Like, do you know the arrogance people are gonna have when people charge at them with their super, and it's like, please stop that. Turn that off. Like I always felt like as a hunter for you guys, one of the most disrespectful supers is the Night Stalker. Because I'm coming at you and it's like, no, stop that. Like turn my super off, turn my ability off.
Suppression grenade of a Titan with suppression grenade. Oh, make me mad during mayhem. You're like, foam.
It's such a demoralizing disrespect. I laugh. I'm like, I can't believe they just did that.
Like, you shut me down again.
Exactly.
I was like, at least in mayhem you get them more often. But man, if that hits you in a normal match, it's brutal.
So I love debuffs, and I like that with the route that they're going. So we'll see how Risk Runner gets it. I don't know if it'll be tractor cannon worthy, but we'll test it out. We'll put it through the paces. Yeah,
shout out to Destin Legary with Vault Space and Tractor Cannon. Man, you should be happy for at least a couple of days, at a minimum, so hopefully longer. We got sweet business. Woo. Now, something is going on with this gun, and you were saying it's an exotic causing him to continually get ammo back?
Yes, I've got confirmation, and also shout out to my boy Unknown Player. He also confirmed what I said. The reason why in this video it is appearing like he is shooting limitless bullets basically is because the Warlock, he's running Lunafaction boots. So basically how that works is kind of like you put the rift down, and when you step out the rift and you step back in it, kind of working like a Titan shield.
Rally barricade.
Rally barricade, yeah. So it's the same effect. So what he's doing, if you look closely when the video plays, is he's strafing, you know, from side to side. That's how he's getting it. But what they did is they increased the reserves, which is cool. I mean, hey, the more the merrier, the more bullets the merrier.
999 ammo, so
beastie.
If you can get that combination together between Rally Barricade or the Warlock one, again, Hunters, I'm sorry, guys, you kind of got screwed.
Yeah.
I was like, literally between those two, I got a wall or I got ultra reloads. It's like you only get to do that little, you know, spin around once, and I don't know what the answer is for a hunter. I know they're their own thing, but I feel like they got the short end of the class item. But yeah, they fire for however long this video clip is, 30 seconds. They basically don't quit. I'll turn the audio down, but he just constantly goes here. Now he's also like getting like plus 66. He's getting some ammo back in the magazine.
Yes.
So is that the actual exotic doing that?
I'm not sure, because it's like as far as in the magazine, yes. No, excuse me. Lunafaction does do that. Yeah, in the magazine, that's Lunafaction all the way. Yeah. I just wish I could just stay in it. Like that's the only reason why I don't
instead of moving back and forth.
Yeah, I gotta jump in it, because you know when I thought it was gonna be a dope exotic for Callus. Because I'm like, oh, I could put this on the plate. I can help the
Oh, and just
team.
go to town. Yeah.
Yeah, and go to town. And it's like, no, you got to step out. You step in. You can't step off the plate.
I mean, you could just put your rift off to one side and then be off and on the other. So
Yeah, it's just it's coordination. It's just like I said. That's not to digress, but I can't wait for exotic armor masterworks because
see, these are
these
Go
are the
ahead.
kind of things that
Yes.
just need slight tweaking. And I can't wait to see what they cook up because I'm loving what they're doing with exotic weapon masterworks. So this got me excited for the future. Actually, in the summer, because it's not going to be too long. It's going to be the summer when we get the exotic masterworks with
What do you
bounties and
think
all
the
that
exotic
stuff.
masterwork is for Sweet Business?
I meant to say the armor. What you call it? The reworks.
Oh no, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I'm just saying in general, it's like we're sitting here looking at Sweet Business. What
Mhm.
do you think the masterwork is on this one?
Oh, what do you think it is? I don't know. I mean, generally, it's either one or two things. It's either they change they actually make a perk where it's they actually change the behavior of the gun, right?
Yeah.
Or it's just some tremendous stat boosts to the gun. I don't know. This is a big Sweet Business is a pretty powerful exotic.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't remember if it was on the list of them not changing or not, actually. I don't know. But I
yeah,
mean, everything's eventually going to get an exotic masterwork. So it's like,
mhm.
what is its option? I have no idea.
I have no idea. My gut says with business that maybe they don't do. They kind of do because Cold Heart, from my understanding, doesn't get like a new perk. Cold Heart just gets like these crazy stat bumps, right? Like
Yeah.
whatever. So my gut tells me maybe with this because they just kind of do the same, But we'll
Yeah,
see.
I would guess. It's like they're trying to probably not make it too epic.
Yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of epic, I think Darcy just got a little better.
Woo!
This
Very
thing looks
excited about
solid.
this.
So for
Mhm.
Darcy, the sniper rifle now grants 4 times damage once locked onto a target. Now
Mhm.
they say exact scaling depends on activity, difficulty, light level, yada yada. Um, but it shouldn't take a master strategist to figure out how this will benefit you in PvE.
Mhm.
Any crucible combat snipers also want to give this gun a try. 7 in the magazine, reduced zoom, closer engagements. They said the aim assist stat has been retuned to be more generous when you have it locked on a target. So yeah,
It
this one,
already gave precision damage increase before. Now you're talking about a 4 times damage once locked. Man, Darcy could be scary, man.
like you're gonna start melting some bosses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're showing it on Argos here in this clip,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets out and he dumps. I mean, he goes 32, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's locked on hitting 56
Mm.
continuously.
Mm. I'm
Like
hyped,
that
man.
is insane.
I'm hyped.
So
I'm
yeah,
hyped.
if you want to
Love it.
boss, if you like your snipers, and if you've got Darcy, hold on to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
stick in your inventory. Look for it for a boss run. It's going to be a good thing. So,
I'm thinking about Darcy versus Catalyst too. Mm-mm-mm.
oh man, you start melting some. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So some of these changes are going to be nice and just make us feel more powerful. If we're
Yep.
335, we go fight Callus or Argos at those lower level raids.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should start melting some faces. Should be feeling a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
And then he just kind of shouts out the team, and I always like this. Is he's got a blip, he's going to take time to say, "Hey, this is not a solo act. You may hear from me, but shouting out the whole team, the testers, everybody doing some good work." So they
Yeah,
care about their people there. So Bungie's still doing some good things.
absolutely.
Now we got some mixing things up a little bit.
This is all you. This is so you.
This
When
is-
I saw this section, I was like, he's got to be going crazy right
Oh man.
now.
So when it comes to strikes, they said heroic modifiers are coming back, and also the Nightfall challenge cards we knew were like
Mhm.
0.9, aka still beta phase. So they've made some changes to heroic strike modifiers and also what you can do to what you pick for your Nightfall challenge.
Mhm.
We've got some variety. Now, I like the way they did this even more than before. They
Mm.
took the modifiers for D1 heroics and be like, okay, they're in there. They're not all in there, but they have enough variety and hopefully they add more. But this is the method of it. I will say there are more modifiers, I think, probably in D1, but the method I like.
Mhm.
So they take the heroic strike will have 3 modifiers. 1 burn, it will rotate weekly. So be it arc, singe, or void. That's going to rotate once a week, so you still know what weapons you're going to go with.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're going to have one advantage and one disadvantage that rotates daily. So you'll know what guns you want to run with, but you're going to have a different fight depending on when you fight it during the week. So the burn options we know, just kind of like the Nightfall, Arc, Singe, and Void, 25% increased damage, both incoming and outgoing. So you're taking more, but you're giving more. So depending on the strike, you may see like, and different strikes have different, stuff that you're going to fight. You may have a Solar Singe and you go into a strike that's going to be the arms dealer and you're like, oh God. But then if you do Solar Singe and you go fight something like Savathun's Song that's a little more hive, it may not be quite as bad. So definitely going to be interesting. Some of those may be easier. Heroics still probably are not going to break you. They never are at Nightfall level. Right. But just giving you a little more variety to these, at least is something I may step into and matchmake with and be like, let's see how this feels this week. So it also gives me something to cover in my weekly resets as well. Those videos get a little longer. So speaking of longer videos, I've also got to figure out what the first boss is as high as quickly as possible. If anybody can get to rank 7 for Escalation Protocol, because it's a rotating boss, but we'll get to that.
Yes, sir. Can't wait for that.
So your daily advantages is one of 3 things. Brawler is back, so double melee recharge rate and damage. So go punch some faces.
Punch.
Grenader or Grenadier, either way you want to say that one. It's probably the second. Double grenade ability recharge and damage. So you're those pulse grenades. Yeah, that's going to start shocking. Really, you went there. That was very punny, sir. Very punny. Appreciate you. Now the one that has got me kind of excited. Now this is the first time this pops. I want to play triple power ammo drop rate, double power weapon damage. I want to see a rocket just melt. That's insane. Or think about something like a linear fusion rifle. It's not Darcy.
I'm thinking about Merciless. Think about Merciless and Darcy.
Holy crap!
It's gonna be disgusting. Because Merciless doesn't stop until you're dead. Like, boom. Oh man.
If you can kill one guy and get triple power, like you go do the tree of probabilities now, you get to that section, you're gonna melt him so fast. You do like 3 supers, a tether, unload Merciless. That last room's gonna be done in about 10 seconds. You're gonna have some heavyweight or some heroic speedruns with heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Disgusting is a good way to say that. Now, on the other end, you've also got a disadvantage. Now, this is where I do like it getting interesting.
Fun, please.
Yeah, they gotta keep it balanced. They can't give you heavyweight and not have something to keep you in check. So we've got now they rotate daily. Now there's 3 advantage and 4 disadvantage. So they're not always going to be the same rotation. So keep that in mind. We've got glass. Player health and shields are halved. So going to be a little bit more glass cannon type, but recharge rates are doubled. So it's like I'm a more fragile, slightly mayhem type person.
Yeah.
So that one's kind of cool. So that one kind of gives you a buff if you can play safe. But if you get a snipe on the wrong Singe, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, but now these are always match made, so it won't be quite as bad. But just keep this in mind. Nightfall's coming next.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going to start crying because I'm probably going to die. But that's fine. Lots of deaths. Blackout. Radar is disabled. What was that called in D1?
Light switch. I can't remember. Was it light switch?
Well, no. Light switch is the second half after the comma. I haven't got there yet. I'm trying to remember what
was Shaft. I forget the names now.
Yeah, but there was one in D1 where just radar was the same. Chaff. Yeah, that was it.
It was Shaft, right? Okay, I'm good.
It's Chaff, I think. Either way. But the other part of the combo that had me because light switches back from D1, enemies do 20 times increased melee damage. That is insane.
That's insane. Like,
literally, if they touch you, you're dead.
You're finished. I'm just thinking of like thralls.
Oh yeah, and all high.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, thralls melee you don't get into as much. But if anything, even touch it. Yeah, but if you're in a hive strike, you may not want to play blackout on that one. You just be like, nope, we're going back to orbit. See you guys in the next reload.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
But no, I remember light switch before. That was brutal. And they're literally shutting the lights out. Then we've got iron is your next modifier. Enemies no longer stagger. That sucks, but that's back. I forget what it's called. It was like ironclad, I think, or something before. Health pools are increased by 50%.
All right.
So it's going to be definitely a longer burn.
Longer burn.
Yeah. Yep. But if you have something like heavyweight, that probably, if you have heavyweight and iron, that could balance out a little bit. And then finally, grounded. Players take 5 times damage while airborne. Some of these values are a bit steep, I think.
Yeah, very
aggressive.
I'm like, wow.
I was like, okay, so if you touch your jump button, you're done.
You're done. So I guess I will not be a Dawnblade that strike.
Yeah, no, that'd be dicey. Or even a striker, you're gonna get picked off out of the air.
Yeah,
you better get down on the ground and throw hammers or shoot lasers. So
pretty much.
Yeah. So, but I mean, this is what we've been asking for. Why this stuff took 9 months to get here?
I know,
or 6 months, I should say. But finally, it's May now, so I mean, May, June, July, August, September. Fine, 8 months. 8 months to get modifiers on heroics.
Yeah, I know. But and we're still missing. Not to be Debbie Downer. This is great. We begged, we pleaded. We've got it. We still need now heroic strike rewards. How about that?
Yeah.
How about giving us a reason to go through this hell? You know what I'm saying? For a chance.
If it's a week of like, man, if it's like Brawler, yet it's Blackout, good luck.
You know, come on.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they handle it.
Hopefully in time. And again, I'm hoping and crossing fingers. And again, if this isn't it for you right now, remember, there's always the future. Have fun. Enjoy what you like to do. But I'm hoping these types of things are what's setting up the fall.
Facts.
They can't implement fall everything at a time. They want to get things out, get them tested, getting more. Same thing with the Nightfall challenge cards, which we got now.
Yep.
So Nightfall challenge cards are changing as well. For one, you can take your rare challenge card, your blue one, and go to Zer. They gave him something else to do. We talked about this earlier.
You talked about you literally. They read your mind. You literally talked about this last week.
We need him to do something else. It's a baby. It's a baby. Again, these are baby steps. But you can take it to Zer and upgrade it to a legendary challenge card. Doing so adds more customization options to the card. And I like the fact that I see Nightfall modifiers and the extinguish is not required.
Yes.
Because for me, that was kind of from, if I want to work on points and say I get to the boss fight and say I've got 60,000, you can still keep knocking them down. But if I get to the boss fight and I want the challenge, let me turn it on. But give me the option to turn it off as I try and practice at least.
I agree.
Like if you're going to get, if Extinguish is going to give you another like a whole 1x multiplier above that, I understand it's a risk, but give me the option to turn it off. So this is a good thing alone. I saw that and the thing seems good. But you can have, let me read this right just so I get it right. So you're going to add more customization options. You can select 1 burn, 1 advantage, 1 disadvantage, and 2 additional disadvantages. So that's also going to crank your points up. You can also change the difficulty of the strike as well. Down, what is it, 45 points or something like that. Insane. Yeah. So yeah, you're going to see some high points. And if you get the teams putting these runs together, they've got a lot of ways to mix this up, which is cool.
This is cool, man. I figured you'd be excited for this stuff. Like, this is the Eve artist section.
It's a hard solo thing to do on some of this stuff. And that's why, like, Esoteric's going to, he's going to make me look terrible, but shout out to that guy, dude. He's going to enjoy this, I think, more than anybody else. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. But I'll try and get up there in my little piddly, 2x multiplier where he's doing 5.5, everything's on, extinguish. So it's going to be interesting. But I like it. It's fun. You can pick, you can choose, you can have a little fun. They're bringing a few of them back. Nice. They said, except with the exception of glass, which is the one where you're half health but recharge rates. So a fragile mayhem. All other advantages and disadvantages listed above from heroic strikes can be applied to the challenge card. So glass is the only one that's not. I kind of wonder why.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like glass is not there.
I mean, you have 20x damage on basically light switch. I'm not sure why half health in general is going to be rough, but maybe they figured it was too much. If you
maybe they figured too much.
Just one shot by a
they probably did some testing. It was like, this is a little too much.
There's a few disadvantages that are unique to Nightfalls as well. You've got Extinguish, which is back. We know about that one. You've got Famine. Ammo drop rates reduced by 50%. Why is that in there?
Yeah, that's just evil.
Oh, that's just... It's already got... you have Juggler in there that they don't even tell you is in there. That was a modifier before. Juggler's literally in the game. I saw a video where somebody tested. And it's 66% of the time, it's literally live. So
yeah, they've got to fix that.
It's just frustrating. It's I'm using my scout rifle the whole time. I switch over to one hand cannon and 3 scout rifle, energy weapon boxes pop out, and I'm like, really? Like I just had to shoot one hive guy over here with my hand cannon. Match game is back, so players must match their damage type to enemy shield types. Hard light.
Hello, hard light.
Hello, hard light. If you got Borealis, but I think hard light's going to be a big one there.
Yeah, hard light's
so if you're running that one, you want to use that as your extra modifier and just run with hard light. You're good to go.
Good to go.
Attrition. Not a huge fan of this one. The last two I really don't like because those two modifiers.
Unknown literally said the same thing you just said. Literally. Yep. Those are the two he despises.
Yeah. Health regen is greatly slowed, so you have to just hide and cover longer. Enemies drop the little health forwards that get you going, but man, it's brutal. And then
it takes a while to get going. Yeah.
Momentum. It says health regenerates only when the player is moving. At least they fixed the description because they're like, oh, it's like you won't regenerate health when you're not moving. It's like, no, you have to be running for like as long as it takes to get a chance to do a shoulder charge. It's like 2 seconds to regenerate it. So yeah, you got to be moving. But if you want to have some fun and crank up the challenge, they definitely gave you an option. So
and they give you more of a chance to get the Nightfall Strike reward, right?
Yeah. Speaking of Nightfall Strike awards, they boosted the scores.
Yeah.
So thanks for your prestige being what it was before 20, 40, 60, 80. 30, 60, 110, and 200.
Yay.
If you now get the Beast emblem at 200K, you're putting in some work because they're about to fix the Lost Sector thing as well.
That's right. So they're not going to be. Yeah, that's true because you can't cheat and do the farm.
You're going to have to crank up some modifiers, the difficulty, turn everything on, and just go, oof.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, so I'm going to have some people, these people going, Johnny Hopkins back up on the top again. He's on 2 of them last week. He's right there on number 3, so he's definitely working at it. So these guys putting in the work. Notice 2 out of 3. Got those little pound signs in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's that PC action.
Oh, okay. That's that elite life. Okay. I see you, Bougie.
That's what that is.
Fire team Bougie.
Now we've got something else that people are somewhat confused about. It's a little weird. Prismatic Matrix.
Prismatic Matrix. What's going on with the Eververse, man? Break it down. Simple terms.
I was like, I'll let you take this one for a second.
I'm still trying to make sense of it, to be honest. I mean, it just sounds like, okay, yeah, we have all of our stuff. We're trying to make it easier to acquire through Eververse because people were complaining, that they can't have a direct route to what they want. So the vibe I'm getting now is that this gives people more control of how they earn items, or for a more predictable path, and then it says drop fewer duplicate items. So from my understanding, there's this I can't even pronounce this thing, prismatic drop. I'm trying to look for that name.
Prismatic Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. But there's also this thing called a facet that I believe that once you you get it, you get it to drop, then that guarantees you to select, the item that you want from the Matrix. You can explain this
right here, prismatic facet. You're right. Yeah, I mean, I think you got a general idea. So at release, the Prismatic Matrix will feature 10 Eververse items from Season 3. Each week it is active. Each item within the Prismatic Matrix is on a knockout list. So if you play a lot in 1 week and you get your new Matrix from Eververse for the week or whatever, and you start getting those experience, illuminated engrams or whatever they might call them, as you play and level up, you're going to be knocking stuff off each week. Now, next week it may change, like you get an ornament over here, something like that. But you guys can see it looks like an exotic ship, looks like an ornament.
So basically it's operating like a faded engram, so to speak, so that you don't get the same thing.
Yeah, it seems like that, and it's going to change every week. So but it's going to be on a knockout list. So if you get one, then you'll get another. And it just seems like kind of a random chunk that you can work towards each week. If you know there's a week, there's an emote that you really, really want. Then it seems like the more things you do within the week, it says the current connections expire in 4 days, 21 hours. If you grind and you can get 10 levels worth of experience, then you have a chance to get all 10 things in this box, basically. So it's a way, if you have something you want to grind for in Eververse, you could put some effort in that week and go for a certain thing. Also, they mentioned, so with your first well-rested level up each week, you'll earn a prismatic facet, allowing one free use of the Matrix. So basically, it's just a free tick of that box.
Yeah.
Prismatic facets stack up to 3, so make sure you have proper inventory space before earning a rank up each given week. So if you have 3 of them and you're saving them, be like, hey, I don't really need anything this week. Hold on to a couple before next week. Get the new one. Be like, hey, this is in here. Let me drop 3 facets real quick. And then you can, see if you can get that new thing or if you got to grind some more. So it kind of simplifies some of the grinding to at least if you're going for 10 things as opposed to all of Eververse. If there's one emote you're going for, you can grind or put some work in for that. Yeah. And if you really want to, 200 silver, you can buy another activation. So, I mean, for a max of, I don't know what 2,000 silver is. What is, I don't even know the
conversion rate for it anymore.
I forget. But, I mean, if you had 10 slots in there, you wanted to get 10 punches, you could at least knock out your whole matrix. So instead of going for random engrams or things like that, you have a chance to go more specific.
So again, pretty much like I knew you would explain it better than I would. It's pretty much like a direct path to a better direct path to the test Eververse item that you really want, so that you kind of get on track with it, which is cool. It kind of eliminates less of the randomization aspect.
Yeah. They also mentioned right here, Eververse will have a few more things. So 14 items, now up to 18 items. So I don't know what those additional 4 are going to be.
She better have them emotes on deck because I'm ready.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to have a lot more emotes since you got a lot more people using them. So that'll be good. They want to just continue and evolving Eververse. And I think this is an okay thing. It's not a bad thing. Gives you a reason to grind for. You get a freebie each week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll still probably get your engrams. So outside of the Prismatic Matrix, players will continue to earn bright engrams each time they level up. So you're still going to get stuff from Eververse, just as normal. But this is the way, if you have a specific grind, you can work towards something a little more focused. So
positive step in the right direction based on all the negativity of Eververse. So got to get them some props for at least attempting to implement this.
Yeah, they're trying. I mean, it's cosmetics. None of this is required.
Exactly.
And that's what always ticked me off about Eververse. Oh, it's all locked behind there. I'm like, it doesn't affect the gameplay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like, if I'm playing God of War and I can go buy, like, the Ultimate Axe, like, for money, yeah, that's going to break the game. None of this stuff ever broke the game.
None of it.
Boon, no little token thing.
I agree.
So, typically was an overreaction to me, but the fact that they're, like, just giving you more direct paths, I'm fine with it. That's good stuff. So here's your server maintenance times and your file sizes. PlayStation is still breaking the bank because you got to download it twice. But yeah, at 6 a.m. server maintenance is scheduled to begin. Anybody in activities at 7 a.m. Pacific are booted. So the update will be available to download and install 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So it'll be 9 a.m. I'm gonna need to see if my wife can turn my PlayStation on and off about 10 o'clock while I'm gone.
Download that, baby.
And then 11 a.m. So 1 p.m. for me, 2 p.m. for you after your nap. Get up and get on.
Yes, sir.
If you want to take 1 hour longer nap, we can at least play and chat live a little bit,
Yeah, that'd be dope. Absolutely.
They know about a few issues, actually, for the patch as well. They say anti-extinction Greaves, the female Titan's dead orbit leg armor piece. Random visual thing. Exotic masterworks. I'm like, oh crap, what's wrong?
What's wrong? No.
Masterwork. An exotic weapon or armor piece will not display a masterwork when viewed from the exotic in-game preview. I'm like, oh, okay, that's
all right. It's not
that doesn't affect anything.
That doesn't affect it.
Strike playlist. Players not able to match pick into strikes from an expansion they don't own. That actually makes sense. It's going to give you a prompt if you don't own it, so be it rematch make. Warmind. Some quest items from the campaign may not show up in the loot stream for all Fire Team members, but you should still get it. So a little pop-up on the side of your screen may not be there.
Yeah.
Exotic armor tooltips may be in a different color. Doesn't mean you can't use it. Just they're very things. Minor glitches.
But respect the transparency,
But yeah, it's like, we know these are an issue. Testing saw them. We're not going to have them fixed quite yet, but they don't really affect anything major at all.
And we're not delaying the DLC for it. Thank you.
Nope. Yep. So you got some videos of the week as usual. And as you guys know, it goes live. So switching from pages, we've got basically Bungie took their website and split things into 2 because people were confused. What's season 3? What's the expansion? What's what? So they've got the Warmind page, which is basically everything with the expansion. You guys know it's the story. So we're going to have the new story, the campaign, in that piece. That is a big one. The campaign, Anna Bray, the Guardian, thought to be lost, searching for her past. What's beneath the polar ice caps of Mars? And we're waiting on the developer insight to come for that.
Yes, sir.
Now, one thing we have not talked about quite as much is the escalation protocol, at least this week. I know we talked about it last week, but that's another piece. You obviously can't get to Mars if you don't have the expansion. Right. And they're basically just trying to let you guys know what is going to be available. Season 3, Crucible maps are actually going to be out there, which is really nice. There's not divided playlists, which should help. I didn't even... I feel real stupid.
What?
Because I go into Crucible all the time, but I never click on the damn Osiris thing when I go quick play.
Yeah, I never did either. Don't feel bad. I never did either.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't see the new
maps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I never click on. I mean, usually I'm actually more in for Mayhem, or that's what's usually bringing me in there. But if I did randomly do quick play, I just clicked the big one. I didn't even think about the Osiris button. That's gone. Thank God.
Good.
But that's season stuff. But for the expansion Warmind, you got the escalation protocol. Now, if I have the right tab open. Here. So we've got a few details about escalation protocol. If you guys want to check out the PlayStation blog article about it, it's just got a few cool pictures. It is actually cool to see the knight with a shield.
Yeah.
He's got his little like frosty shield here. Snow covered throttle. They at least have a cool snow theme. I mean, it does look like they took
the same models and
they taken a fight them, they snowified them.
Yeah.
But there's actually a couple pictures here, so you can see the hive sword is back.
Yes, sir.
Still fun. Just smacking the ground always sounded so good, so I'm looking forward to bringing it in back. But they go into a little bit of detail about their inspirations for it. There are 2 main areas where you can activate it in Hellas Basin. They're going to work similarly. There's different areas in like the mains, like of each major section where things are going to be spawning. You have to use the whole section. So whether one's up on a hill or one's down in a valley or one's behind a corner, whatever it is, you're going to have different kind of encounters for each piece of the fight. So you're going to have you moving around, and there's 2 major areas to do it. Now, they described this as something they wanted to make sure was difficult. If you start out and you go through and you're like, okay, cool, I finished the campaign, I'm 340, I'm at the soft cap, let me go see if I can knock out level 7, I just got killed.
Yep, no.
You're probably going to get worked at first. Now, if you put 9 people together and you have like everybody sit together and be like, okay, let's wait till one more person walks over here so we have a full team of 9. Okay, we're going to try this. You guys still might get killed, but it could be an attempt that might happen if you start to level up.
Love the difficulty bump.
Definitely going to be rough. They said it's somewhere between, because they said Court of Oryx was literally boss challenges. How do you fight this boss in this tiny little area? Okay, you figured out the boss fight, and you're good. And they also said Archon's Forge, on the other hand, was kind of a horde-esque mode. People would come in waves, and you have the final thing in the end. They had Prison of Elders. They say Witch's Ritual, which is that basically just a public event on Titan?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I don't know why they mentioned that specifically, but I guess that's kind of a piece that might be involved in this as well. But they had pieces from all over the place. And they say, like, will lower level players be able to hop in? Technically, yes.
Yes.
If you're 340 and you're walking around. Now, if you have 3 people out there that are like 381, 382, and you're walking up at 340, they may be able to do it. They may appreciate your pea shooter bullets because you're doing a little bit of damage, but you're probably not going to be doing as much. So, escalation protocol, as you get higher in those levels, is going to kick your butt. So just be ready for this thing to be not an easy thing when you get to it. That's probably the biggest takeaway. It does look cool. So, I mean, strategies, events to get there. Basically, they say 3 max levels, so 380, 385. 3 players should be able to do this with good coordination. It's possible.
Yes.
But it is definitely going to be a struggle. So if a couple more people show up, you're probably going to be happy they did.
Absolutely. I like it, man. Difficult activity. I'm liking it, man.
And the final piece about that, we do have the rotating bosses. So I know somebody's going to be trying to get to 7 just to see who boss 1 is. But that's the kind of cool thing. We're not going to know. Not everybody's even going to be able to see boss 7 on day 1, much less week 1. Because it's not like 4 hours later, hey, all right, I'm maxed out. Let's go check this out. I might get to 350 because the raid drops Friday.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. It's literally right there. Boom, boom.
But I mean, even between all your milestone upgrades, your powerful engrams, and the raid, I don't think there's enough grinding you're going to be able to get. Like, I doubt
agree.
anybody breaks 370.
I agree. They're not jumping in there that high.
I hope they don't, I guess. I hope nobody breaks 370 in week 1. I would love to see that. I'd love to see it take longer. So just know that this will be out there for you guys. Try not to read in too much in depth when it's on PlayStation Blog, but they just go a little more of an interview with Bungie.
Yeah.
Just kind of jumping into it. So just the rotating bosses will be cool. The grind will be cool. Kicking your butt will be kind of fun. So it's kind of cool.
Yes,
the raid lair. So they do actually talk about the Spire of Stars. And everybody's like, what Spire? This one right up here. So 6 come back to the Leviathan. Now, do you think this thing will be somehow Hive themed?
No. Oh, wait, they might be. No, wait, I take that back. There may be, because they kind of did that with the last one, Eater of Worlds, right? They had
it was Vex themed.
Yeah. They might have some Hive enemies in there. They might. I'm just looking for the conclusion of the Callus story, and I want a proper conclusion. Since I'm stuck here, let's conclude this the right way.
Okay, so what if it is not related to the expansion at all?
I'm fine with that.
It is the wrap up of Callus and the Leviathan, and
I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with that. Only caveat: if we get like some cool cinematics, some cool story, I want an Oryx like completion to it. Like, I don't want a cliffhanger for all of this. I really want a good conclusion for all the time investment. And then after we do all that, no more raid layers ever again.
If you could wrap it up reasonably, that'd be great. We'll just I'm wondering if you picture a spire, the way this thing looks like it could be on a city. Is that like, Callus Penthouse, or not Callus? Yeah, Callus Penthouse. You're up there going up to knock on his office door and be like, "Hey, we're finishing this. I'm done with your stuff." So
it'll be interesting, because I also want to know, like, what if those ships are Callus? Like, he's actually going to grace us with his presence, once we complete that thing or whatever. And when we beat the robot
puzzle on
oh Lord, do not say that right there.
There was a jumping puzzle in the other in the Argos little mini lair. So why do you think there's going to be something that's like not a big fight? What if it's a jumping across ships to finally go face Callus in the end?
It better be good, man. That's all I want conclusion with this.
It would be nice if the narrative would wrap up, because the narrative disconnect in this game, it kind of sucks some of the life out of it. It just does.
It does. It completely does. So I'm cool. I understand. I've accepted my fate. It's not going to be anything Warmind related. But
even though it does have a nice little Warmind logo, literally right here on the bottom of the picture. So I don't know, but not getting the hopes too high for the raid lair, which is really sad to say. This is not what's appealing to me. It's like, okay, so we got the expansion for Taken King and the new raid. Yeah, that was what I would wait for.
Remember how much facts? Sorry, continue. I cut you off.
No, I was like, not Crucible, not the raid, not exotics, not anything. I'm more excited about exotic masterworks. And again, this is a sign of what's been broken so much.
Exactly.
What we're excited for. But again,
exotic masterworks, new exotic reworks, and Crucible is what I am so hyped for. I'm like, okay, there's a raid. Oh yeah, there's a raid. Raid layer. Okay. Whatever. I'm like, I'm not even that excited about it. But I mean, we're gonna do it. We'll see. It will be cool if we're pleasantly surprised, right? If we're pleasantly surprised by the story, if we're pleasantly surprised by this raid, we'll see. I just hope it's a nice conclusion. I would like, maybe give me 2 boss fights, maybe, if possible.
Yeah.
Give me something, man. Wrap this thing up. Let Callus come down. Let him explain what this true power is. Something. Give me something, man.
It'd be nice. So, crossing fingers. Maybe they got some words out there. Maybe they listened, but we'll see. But as they say, Destiny 2 expansion launches May 8th. Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Season 3 on the other side. This is where you hyped.
Ooh, now you're talking my language.
Now, this little GIF right here, always putting together something. So you got Skyburners launching up there, messing people up. Good old hand cannon looking solid. Good times. With Warmind, which is your paid expansion, everybody gets Season 3 stuff. So So you've got exotic stuff, you've got ranked crucible modes, you've got 2 new maps, private matches, which I still wish were custom.
Yeah.
I'll say that until it happens. I mean, it's great for tournaments. If you want to set up tournaments, it is the way that needs to be there to happen. But for those non-tournament people who want to experiment, get creative, or just goof around, it's like, do you want to be in a match with me where it's literally snipers only? You can only use Darcy, and we're in a map together. What do you do? It's literally just like, let's goof around and have some fun.
Yeah.
That's where I will play private matches, is when there's a reason to be like, hey, let's get a couple of the Iron Lords on there. Let's get some of my viewers on there from Twitch. I'll put up live, be like, hey, we're going to try out some goofy modes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Multi-emote, vault space again. Thank you. And all that stuff. So look like we got some picture of some exotics here. So we got Sturm and Drang. Sunshot is, apparently they haven't talked about it. Basically, they're just saying it's more of what it already does. So if it explodes bigger, I think. You got Skyburners. Nobody's seen anything about Prospector. We've seen Guiding. What is that gun? Lion?
Fighting Lion.
Fighting Lion. I was like, Guiding Lion. That's not right.
For a joke, I think I don't know if I'm gonna start with it, but I'm definitely gonna do that quest line. I'm dying.
What is a masterwork gonna do on that?
That's what I want to do. I need to know. Like, my curiosity.
I must know.
I must know with this gun that has been a laughing stock in Destiny 2, right? And let's be honest, even in the new reveal, we were like, yeah, it don't look like it's done that much.
No, I mean, like, for that thing to matter, and then when it was in the video, if it was doing the explosive damage for like 100, I'm like, if you want a grenade launcher to matter, I can't talk, matter. If you want a grenade launcher to matter, that thing needs to hit a hell of a lot harder, if not be a one shot that really does some work. Like come maybe on. Give me like 1 round in there, and maybe like 2 or 3 I get to reload. But Colony is brutal. If you want anything to match that closely, 1 shot. Yes, it's got to be that powerful.
And that splash damage still look whack to me. I'm like, because it's my man, Lord Wisniewski. I love you, but when y'all was showing that Fighting Lion revamp footage, and I'm like, where's the improvement?
Yeah, you, me, Pyro. Like, shout out to Pyro on Twitter. He's like, what? It's like anything, and you're like, what's happening? I don't see anything. So,
I'm like, is they see something I don't see? Because I'm like, I don't think nobody died.
No,
I didn't see
that was not the kill. And they're like, yeah, crank it up, guys. Grenade. If you want grenade, I was like, and you look at Prospector, it's like, so Prospector is the one that hold to fire, release to detonate all grades live simultaneously. So if you got a clip of like 8 in there, you load up a point and then go explode. I mean, nobody uses it those because again, they don't matter. They need to hit like a truck. I want to load up point C, hold it down. I'd love to have like an infinite hold and them not have like giant little like visual cues. They're just sitting there waiting for a detonation. Somebody walks onto the point, release. Just like, or set them up as like proximity. Just, line up a doorway. Somebody walks around, bam.
Low key, man. I want Prospector and Fighting Lion to have like some OP perk that you unlock. That you're like, oh, okay. Like,
give me a reason. Otherwise, they still suck.
Yeah, otherwise they'd be right back in the vault.
You got Hard Light, Sweet Business, Risk Runner, Rat King. It looks like this is probably the exotics that are going to change.
Yeah, these are the ones that's getting in.
Now, Masterworks, I don't know if these are going to be the Masterworks or just the changes.
No,
because they said
all
not all are going to get Masterworks at first.
Right.
Eventually.
That's true. But that is true. But they did. I think everyone on this list, they've kind of talked about in a Masterwork fashion, right? Rat King, we've talked.
I mean, the only 2 that I know.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Are Vigilance Wing and what the hell's the other one?
That changes a property.
Crimson's the other one.
Yeah,
Crimson's
you're right.
100 range, which is crazy, by the way. That thing will be interesting.
But then Vigilance Wing Cohort, we saw the stat boost. Remember?
Okay, that may be the other one from a picture. That's it. So, but again, they're not all. So
yeah, you're right.
These are getting boost. Maybe others are getting master. I don't know. So
you're right.
So I got some questions to see. Everybody's just going to go into the tower and stare at their inventory.
And stare at the inventory and look
and be like, all right, what am I doing first?
Where's the catalyst? Is the catalyst ready yet?
Yeah. So we've got Crucible emblems, which kind of cool. Looks like this thing's about to take off like a spaceship.
Yes, sir.
Actually, that looks like an emblem. That looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
But you got Valor up top. You got Glory for Fancy Pants right here. Now that looks good.
Let's go, baby. Let's
Red
go.
Claymore. This is your grind and glory. So if you guys haven't heard, didn't catch it last time, get yourself up to rank of Fabled in the World of Glory, which is, they say, about 40% of the people will get up there.
Now, Fabled, just go up a little bit before you go. I know you're on Regix right now. Fabled would be the third one?
Maybe. I was like, you have to probably pick it up first. There were 5 total. Hold on. I have 2 computer monitors so I can look at last week. Hold that thought.
Check me out. I'm curious.
Because, yeah, it was... Yeah, so Cold Heart, you see Exotic Masterwork. Yeah, it's taken stability to like 90, reload speed probably up to about 50. And that was just defeat enemies. That's the catalyst. Right. Sorry. Guardian. Guardian is, I guess, basic. Then you've got Brave, Heroic, Fabled, Mythic, and Legend. So I guess Guardian is 0. And then
Guardian is 0. Yeah.
So.
And the second one, what's the next one?
So Brave, Heroic, Fabled.
So Fabled is the one with the sword icon. The first one with the sword icon. Okay, so it's that third one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and then Mythic and Legend, getting the afterburner thrusters and the big olive branch. So yeah, I mean, those are cool. Now, like, I'm hoping the background of these emblems, this background should be absolutely insane.
Yes.
Please make it crazy.
Yes, please.
But yeah, Redrix Claymore is going to be good. We got 2 new maps. We got basically both are going to be on Mars. Looks like Krolovis Brave for 1, as we said, above ground in the facility, below ground in your ice tunnels. We're going to have 2 maps. A horn outside or something?
Yeah, they're buzzing. UPS can wait.
Yeah, they may buzz it. I'll get it later. Private matches. The only difference is if you want to use the new maps in private matches, you have to buy the expansion.
Right.
But yeah, it's like there's some maps I don't even see them that often. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so we know that. I know that map. That's actually one of the newer ones too, I feel like.
Yeah, it's gotta be new.
I do not know a Nessus map that looks like this in
Crucible. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah. There's something we don't know about? I mean,
clearly.
Yeah. Anyway, learn something new when you're doing a stream about something you're supposed to know about. That's always a good sign. But that's it, guys. So I think that kind of wraps up a lot. We've got a lot coming. So you've got Anna Bray's story, campaign. How many missions do you think?
I would say
give me a shot.
I'd probably say maybe 6, 5 to 6. That's what I'm looking for. You all right, Damon? You dropped?
Unfortunately,
like, 5 or 6, damn it.
5 or 6, son of a bitch.
No, pissed off about this.
I mean, for me, Taken King was 8. I'd like that. But I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 8. This is still a medium-sized expansion, I would call it.
Now, let me caveat this. If there are 5, they better not be the strikes.
Yeah, I know.
Mission 3 and 4, or 4 and 5, I forget. They better not be just the copy of the strike again. Make a real strike.
Yes,
that
completely agree.
Like if I want a new Nightfall, I played the story missions more by running Nightfalls than I ever have going back to talk to Ikora.
That's a good point.
That's serious, because I've done Tree of Probabilities enough solo, killing myself over and over. I played that mission more times than I ever did the story. So
facts.
Warmind, also including Crucible. What is what's the first thing you do? What's your first hour?
Just for necessity, I have to do the story. Like I have to know.
Okay, sorry, that's a dumb question.
That's my Crucible. What's my first things I do in Crucible? That's what you're asking?
No, okay, that's a fair point. So you finished the original campaign. What's next?
Oh, okay. I'll run Escalation Protocol. I'll run it just to see
if you get killed.
Yeah, just to see the mechanics, see if I get killed. But I'll be honest, like once that story's done, I am racing the Crucible. I'm going for the glory, man. I need the glory. I need it. And then I think what my chances are good because like I think this like not all the sweaties because half of the sweaties are gonna also be playing the game as well. So I
Yeah.
think the earlier I get in there, the better shot I got.
You know, like I'm gonna do the campaign next month. I'm gonna start in Crucible right now.
You know what I'm saying? And hey, you never know. What if there's some good light level increases in there when you're in there? You know, you never know. So I mean, I'm gonna be in there definitely. But no, I got to do the story. I got to complete it. You know, that kind of stuff. I'll you know touch escalation for a little bit. You know, I'm gonna be living in that crucible, man. And I will say this. I will also be you know, I'll be dusting. I'm already doing it now. Like I'm using Destiny Item Manager. I'm dusting off a lot of these reworked exotics. I have like the tractor cannon in there. I've got, you know, I got
That's gonna be fun.
oh yeah, I got what's up, babe? Graviton Lance is ready, man. I got that ready. I got Rat King ready.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I think Graviton is one that I will probably actually use a lot, hopefully.
Yeah.
Skyburners.
Yes.
That one.
I'm gonna try Rat King in Escalation Protocol.
See, that I could actually see it being really beneficial.
Yes.
If enough people have it equipped and you at least get 3 of you guys around, that I could actually see being good. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have some fun builds, man.
Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, stuff like Wardcliff isn't going to change. Merciless isn't going to change much. Now, if they masterwork those, eventually they're all going to get masterworks. I'm like,
yes.
What the hell is a Wardcliff coil masterwork? Like, honestly, the thing already, it's one rocket, but if it's remotely in the region in front of you, it's done.
Yeah, that's true.
What's your masterwork? An extra bullet in the magazine? Just because it's just OP
I know
at that point?
I know what one of them should be. It should be make sure it hit the damn chandeliers in the raid like it used to. I missed that. That's when it was effective. I was like, why it doesn't even work in there like anymore? But
yeah, it's pretty useless.
But yeah, I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see which ones get them. I'm excited to see the ones that do get them, how the bounties are going to work. You know, what's the quest line? Just messing around, like, you know, what type of activities are they going to make us do to get certain ones? You know, something's going to be heroic strikes. Maybe some will be crucible. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, those heroic strike daily modifiers. It's going to be gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Those are gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt, man. And just, I'm curious about the secrets. You know, what do they unlock?
Yes.
What do we get? You know,
I was like, please give me something to chase. Give me a few collectibles. I'm spending time in God of War, literally not for collectibles, but there's a reason. I'm going for a random chest because there's silver and I want to pick it up. Exactly. I go find. I spend the time to figure out a puzzle. I wish they would put puzzles in the game. Because even just the little puzzles, you've probably done enough. Have you done any of the puzzles where like hit the 3 bells or whatever?
Oh yeah. You gotta
kind of they get more annoying later because I have some fun videos where I probably look really stupid in my video. I'm like, because you got to hit them right or be at the right angle or figure out what order, and it's just like they're not even the hardest puzzles. Once you actually get it, you're like, all right, I feel stupid, but just little pieces to be like, do these 3 things, and then this little tiny collectible comes out of the ground. You could do that in Destiny. Like shoot 3 targets or shoot them in order or be like, so here's this thing you got something like little stuff like that would be nice. Even the bells in the Iron Banner.
Remember that? Yeah, yo, you took it back. You took it back to Fellwinter's Peak. Wow.
Yep. So that type of stuff. But I mean, for me, yeah, it's campaign. I'm gonna want to do some glory, but I'm gonna be grinding me some masterworks because I want. That's gonna be my quest. I want like Graviton. I want Skyburners.
You're right. Because we gotta unlock the full potential of
the I want a hard light masterwork PVE melting nightfall weapon.
You're right. Exactly. Masterwork. I'm gonna change it up. Yeah. I think I'm doing that same order. I gotta grind those masterworks after their story and stuff is done.
Yeah, I mean it'd be a good way to balance some. Hey, maybe you need to go kill guardians with one of them, and that's part of it.
Hopefully,
one of my exotics is actually PvP related.
That's what I was just about to say. Hopefully, one of my exotics is tied to the Crucible.
Nope.
That'd be fun.
Tractor cannon and Crucible. We're like, sure, I'll do that all day.
It'd be so much fun. Oh,
well, I'm just kind of curious. I mean, all of them are gonna get masterworks eventually, but. Some of these are going to be scary.
Absolutely.
Like a Masterwork Telesto.
I didn't
Just
think about that.
bigger clip, more range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of them actually changed the like
Behavior of the gun. Vigilance wings the behavior. Oh, speaking of which, did you see that skin?
Oh yeah, I did. I was like,
Oh,
what is
man.
that? I love the old Egypt one on it. I like the skin we've got now, the ornament. But whatever, I saw a new one somewhere. I was like, okay, that looks better.
Yeah, way
give me that.
better.
I totally forgot about Jade Rabbit.
Oh, I forgot about Jade. Does it get any love? That's right. It has to,
I
right?
don't know. I'm looking at I'm switching between because I have different exotics on different consoles. So I'm like, I want them all.
Yeah, can't wait, man. This is gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a good time. So I think that's most of what we got. We got some stuff to look forward to. If you guys can't tell, we're optimistic. Is it going to be the perfect thing that fixes it? If you're done playing PUBG right now and you want to, if you didn't buy the expansion in the first place, would I tell you to buy it? Wait till next week. Let us tell you on Friday. See if it's anything good.
Exactly.
But honestly, for those of you, if you have the expansion and you still have that itch in the back of your mind, you're like, I wish Destiny was a little better. This has things that are going to give you hope for the future.
Absolutely. These are the baby steps in the right direction, and still immediate enough. Put it this way: if you love Destiny and you're scared that this is going to be a Curse of Osiris thing, I'm pretty confident to say it's not. I'm pretty confident to say that this is going to be way better than that. Now, is it going to be, like you said, the earth changing, the whole, communities back type of DLC? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But this is definitely a step in the right direction, and they're laying that groundwork for September with these kind of systems. So I can't wait. I'm low-key excited, and you'll listen to us next week, and we'll break it down, our experiences.
Yeah, I'll be playing as much as I can between work, and it's just going to be not a lot of sleep and a whole lot of time in here. So
absolutely,
I'll probably be streaming a decent amount of that. Not sure what the Nightfall is going to go up to. So a solo Nightfall run seems normal might be manageable, but solo Prestige is going to be going to be a little bit. I think.
I think so.
See, that's going to be one of those even esoterics. Like I just can't get there, and he's probably going to find some way to do it anyway. Like you're too low. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm too good. That's the difference.
Shut up, esoteric.
But yeah, honestly, for everybody out there, it's like if you got the expansion, I suggest come to check it out. Now, do I think the campaign is going to be like epic game changing? No. But Curse of Osiris set a really low bar, so they should step over and kick the crap out of that. Is it going to be Taken King continuity full? No. Probably not. I don't think that's going to be, again, till the fall, till we have a reason. Unless, Gaul's dad comes into town or something. Like, if you want continuity, then you need something bigger. But hopefully it's the Space Doritos.
Space Doritos.
I heard Tefty say that on the DCP podcast. I don't like LOL, but laugh out loud. I literally laughed out loud wherever I was. I was like,
shout out to Tef. Yeah, I met him a few times. He's hilarious, man. Shout out to Tef.
He's got some definite beard love there too. That boy is
solid
beard, and he's got the voice of he's got a
smooth operator right there. A smooth operator.
Darklink, some of those guys. I'm like, you got some pipes. I'm like, I am not blessed with the radio soothing Barry Manilow love going on there. So
Guardians.
But yeah, I was like Space Doritos. I was like, come on, please bring back the Space Doritos.
That's hilarious. I never even heard that. That's hilarious.
I hadn't even thought of it. I was like, that's perfect. I can't not think of them that way now.
I know now. That's what they think when you see them now. That's the funny.
It's like next time they do the reveal, they're like Space Doritos. Like, so. But guys, we've been at it for a while. We tried to get it started sooner, but we knew it was going to be a long point for that exact reason. Hour and 43 minutes on my stream. So it's been a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Wrap up anything else you want to. Have some fun in Iron Banner. I'm going to try and divide my time between some Iron Banner just because it's fun. Sixes feel pretty good. But God of War is, I got to try and wrap it, man. I got to at least get through one round.
You're smart. You got your priorities right. Me, I'm vanity chasing.
You're like, I'm broken. I'm screwed up. No.
I'm screwed. I can't get out of what I'm doing right now. I got to get that Iron Banner Season 2 chess piece, melees, and grenades all day. So if I'm not,
I'm at like 40%. I don't think I can get there, man.
You could do it, man. I'm at like 52. You could do it. You just got to grind, but you got God of War, so it's not happening.
You have it too, and it's just you chose not to.
Yeah, because of my OCD. I didn't know I didn't have this thing that I need to have.
Well, you want to know the sad thing is what I really want to do before all these game-changing things happen?
What?
I need to grind my hunter up to about 330. So it's like if I can burn
Yeah,
I was like,
you better be ready.
my third character, because I have 2 on each. I've already made 4. So I was going for a 5th one when it was just previously. I was like, I don't want to grind the story for like the 5th time. So I took a break. But now that things are going to change, it's going to get harder to level up. I'm like, So we'll see. But to everybody out there, guys, thank you for tuning in. I know my side, it was very quiet. But as always, thank you guys for everything. The support, the following, anybody who tunes in on Twitch, every view on YouTube, every comment. We thank you guys as always. We try and read and listen to all of them. So thank you to everybody. It's a fun game. We enjoy what we do. It's for fun. Hopefully it'll come back to a time where more people are excited about it too.
Yeah, man. And that's all I got.
To the world. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea where anybody or everybody's watching this or will on YouTube. So whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, I don't know, midnight snack time, whatever it is. Yeah. Hey, we got those night hours. Come on.
That's it, man.
Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your weekend and can't wait for Tuesday.
That's right. We're on the eve, baby. Eve of the Warmind.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Peace.